Hello everyone and welcome to my first tutorial. So today what I wanted to do was just a really simple hello world API. Something nice and easy just to get us started. What we're going to be using is Node, specifically Express with that. Mongoose, we're also going to be using a database to store some stuff later on after we say hello to the world. I'm going to include that in the later videos. That will be with MongoLab. Yeah, that's what it's called, MongoLab. It's a really simple, really nice way to set up Mongoose, but we're not going to get into that part for the first little bit here. So first things first, let's go over the terminal for those of you that are new. Whoa, went way up there. But basically, this is what the terminal is here. What you do with it is, well, not what you do with it, but the reason you use it is because it's a lot faster than doing stuff the old-fashioned way before you knew how to program and you were just clicking. Like, I'm not going to go and click here. I'll just open it up, right? It's just a way better, way faster way to use a computer, and it's going to help you get started a lot faster. Make sure to learn this, know this well. If you have Windows, yours is a little bit different. In Mac, it is terminal. In Windows, it is CMD or command. So if you want to search it, just go to your Windows and CMD. The little Windows logo that's usually right about here. But if you have Windows, I really recommend you get Bash. A Bash shell is a really good way or good thing to have because basically it's going to let you use GitHub and a lot of the things that programmers commonly use. So first thing we're going to do is get to know the terminal or Bash shell. First thing, CD. That's the most important one. Change directory. So if I want to go into another directory, I'll go CD and then directory name. But if I want to go back, it's as simple as going cd space dot dot, enter. Now I am back. Okay, so if I want to go back into my desktop, I go cd space desktop. Okay, so it's a little bit hard knowing where you are at the start, but you'll really get used to it really fast. So how do you find out where you are? ls. Okay, so ls is going to show you all this. These are all my folders and applications that I'm currently in, so it's the directory I'm in. Okay, so let's go into, let's make a directory. Let's do that. Okay, so to make a directory, you go mkdir, so make directory, mkdir, makes sense, right? What we're gonna do, what should we name this? We should name this hello API. Okay, so space your name for your directory right here, and you can't have any spaces in the name, so that's why I use a dash or underscore, up to you. See how it popped up right here and made it right away. Okay, so then I'm going to go cd into that directory. So hello, and then is there anyone else? Yes. So you notice how it auto-completed for me there. So I know I have another one that is hello somewhere in here. Oh, I guess it's actually not on this. But if you have none that match it, then you press tab and it will go into the one that's going to match. Sorry, that wasn't very clear. It'll go into the one where it matches the first however many characters you typed. Okay, and then press enter. After that, let's ls, see what's in here. Nothing's in there. So I like to clear it every once in a while to make sure you can see everything. So first thing we're going to do, hopefully you have Node installed. What we're going to need right now is, what do we need? Just Node, a text editor really, and that's about it for right now. Yeah, because we can just use Express, and that's all we need. Express, maybe body parser, we'll see about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is touch server.js. So touch is how you create a file with a bash shell. Okay, so now if I go ls, look, there's my file. Okay, after this, what we do is npm init. Okay, so that's going to make my package.json, which we'll explain later. So this is my name. I'll just keep it hello API version 1, description, blah, blah. Server.js. So this will probably say index.js if you do this before you make your file, but you can always just change it by if I want to change it back to index, it'd be index.js, and then I just press enter. But I want to keep it as server.js, so I'm going to leave it there. Test command, not yet. Git repository, not yet. Hopefully you guys start using those soon though. Keywords, nothing. Author, let's go done. Tutorials, good. Okay, sure, I'm good with that license, doesn't really matter. Not doing anything super serious. Okay, so now let's ls, and look, there's a package.json. So what code editor I'm going to use, I use Atom or Visual Studios, but I'll use Visual Studios for right now. File, open, where is it? Let's see where it spits us out. Oh, that is the wrong one. So desktop, then we go to our hello API, and let's just go open so I get the whole directory in there. Okay. So look at our package.json here. So right now there's nothing in the dependencies portion, which will get created around here somewhere. What else is there? You can basically make scripts. So if you use nodemon, it'll automatically restart, and you can do a dev dependencies as well as dependencies, and then you can make a script that if you say instead of node server.js, if you just press start, it'll go nodemon if you replace that. If I just go like this, right? Okay, but we're not doing any of that stuff. Nothing fancy yet, okay? So this is empty currently. What I'm going to do is, since I don't have any packages in here, first ls, make sure we're on the right one. Let's clear this, because we are. There we go, clear. And now, since we want to install some stuff, we're going to go npm I, so install, just shorthand. And then now we're going to add our dependencies that we want to add. So basically it's going to be express. What else do we want? We're going to use body parser later, and we're also going to use Mongoose later. Okay, so there we go, and it will just do this and this and this. It's going to go, 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 go. There, okay. So now ls, what has changed? Basically this package lock.json came up, and as well as this node modules. The node modules is the important part here. So basically what this is this is all of our files. So this is all the dependencies. So there's body parser right here. This is what body parser really is, okay? So we're not really going to go into that too far, but basically you're just importing files from them, okay? And I like to definitely leave node modules closed because otherwise it gets real messy. Okay, so you notice how these changed right here, body parser, express, mongoose. These are the versions that you're using right now, and this is the dependency. So instead of passing this whole node modules file everywhere, basically I just pass this package.json, and then the person downloading this, if they want to edit it, is going to go npm install, and then it will automatically install all of these dependencies. It'll search for them and do what we did, but just probably a little bit longer, because we'll have a couple more at that point and all that good stuff. Okay, so the versions matter here, so make sure that you're always using the right versions. Anything else about this? Not really. I think that's probably good for right now. I mean, if you wanted to change your main, so if you needed to change it to app.js, I could do so right here. Right here. There we go. That made it tougher. Sometimes highlighting is nice, sometimes it is not. Okay. So what shall we do? First things first, we got to import these variables. So basically what this is, we're going to go const, and we're going to use the name of the actual package, express equal to require express. Oh, I forgot to wrap it in single quotes, or you can use double quotes too. I just use single because it is shorter. So I never really explained it, but basically what's happening is that we're going to use a function from express here. Okay, so this function is going to be used in our code. So how do we get it? We have to actually bring it in. So we have the file here. The file's in this node modules package, but this is how you bring it in. So if you're bringing in a local or a node modules file, you don't actually have to get the like dot slash, like all that stuff, the path. It'll automatically search the node modules. But if you're doing something like if I wanted to import, well, you can't really import the package lock, but if I had another file here, I would just go dot slash, because it's the first dot slash gets you out of your current file, and then I'm on this level here, so I could move over to them. But we are not going to do too much of that right now. So I'm just going to do body parser real quick. Oh, oopsies. Equals require body parser. So notice how I have a different name here. You're allowed to do that. Okay, so you want to make it so that people can actually understand what you're doing. So I would not do like dog or something. I would put body parser, but I like camel case better than having the dashes in the middle of everything. So that's why I did that. But you can keep it with the dash if you want. I just would be more likely to mess up. Okay, so we got body parser. Let's just bring in Mongoose. Don't actually need to use it yet. Okay, so this is what you basically see at the top of every file. Why is this one not liking it? I don't know. I think it's because I could use something newer, but that's fine. This is fine for now. Okay, so the next step here is to actually use these. Oh, we actually got one more first. So express is a little bit different than some of them. So express, you actually have to call. So you have to call the express function. So mostly people call it app. So it's just convention, you go express, and then I'm calling this function that was passed to us by requiring express up here, okay? So this is what that is, okay? And now we're gonna make our, actually we'll make the listener first, okay? So first things first, app basically makes it really easy to request stuff. So there's a bunch of different ones you can get, put, whatever, delete, listen, there's tons of them, okay? So we're gonna go app.listen, and then it's always gonna be a function, okay? So this is gonna have our port. So right now for the first one, we'll go 5,000, okay? And now we are gonna do an arrow function, okay? So this is using ES6. You can either do it this way or you can do it this way. I'll just do another one for you guys right now. So using 5,000 again, and you can just do the big old function, you know, the old school way, okay? So this is the old way. I mean, it's not really old school way because this has a reason. This will give you, it affects your scope basically. This doesn't have the keyword this. It doesn't bind it to the current function, this one does. So if you're in here and you call this, it's different than calling this in here because this would not be the actual function. And that's big in React once we get started with that. But that'll be in a little bit after a couple tutorials. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? I'm just gonna console.log server started, okay? So just to know that my server's up. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna comment this out because don't wanna have two of these, oops. So a shortcut to comment, why is my, there we go, is just command and slash, and then comments all the lines out that you had highlighted. It's really nice. So I'm going to save this file. I'm going to go back to our terminal here, make sure we're in the right file. So we are, because we have these node modules, we have server.js, and we are going to go node server.js. Server started, okay? So if I go to my local host now, let's see what I got in here. Local host 5,000, perfect. Oh yes, we have to actually do our get route first. That makes sense. But basically, it has started. Okay, so one thing we're going to do first is actually make our port variable. So we're going to go const port is equal to process.env.port in all capitals, or it's going to be equal to 5,000. Okay, so the double pipes in the middle means or. Okay, so if this isn't there, it's going to be equal to this. So this is just for production. That's usually you want to be using this, not port 5,000 hard coded. Okay, so we're going to go right there, pass this port variable into the port. Okay, and it's basically just like passing the 5,000 in. Well, that's exactly what it's doing, but it's like when we just wrote the 5,000. Okay, so let's just make sure this works. It should work just fine. Control C to get this, and now press up and it'll automatically come up with your last call. Server started. Okay, again, good. Let's make sure we include the port here. So actually, let's get rid of these quotes, and we're going to use backticks instead. And that just lets us use variables within. So if you go $ curly braces, then you can use some variables. So now I can go port. Server started on port. All right. Let's get rid of this space just to make it look a little prettier. Now it should say server started on port 5,000, hopefully, and it does. Okay, very good. So hopefully you guys understand that. Basically, if you use backticks instead of just quotes, you can use variables by going $ curly brace. Okay, so up here, we're going to do our first get route. And to do that, it's going to be app.get. So makes sense, very reasonable. And we are going to go slash. So basically this is putting in, right here is putting in what route you want to get. Okay, so if I go to localhost 5000, it'll come up right away. But if I go localhost 5000 test, it will not come up right away. We will try that. And then we're going to throw a comma in here after the quotes. We're going to do another arrow function, okay? What we do with this arrow function is we go request, REQ is conventionally what people call it, and then response RES. Doesn't have to be, but that's convention, okay? So basically, what should we do? So we can just do res.send, okay? So from here, basically what res is what you're gonna do. Response, right? Request is what they request, so stuff they send, okay? And then response is how you respond to that, okay? So res is how you respond to that. Basically, res.send is just going to send one message, okay? So you can't, I mean, you could do some crazy crap. You could do a whole like HTML and do both HTML tags, both body tags, and all that, and it would work, but that would be probably my definition of hell. So there is like res.render, which will render a file. You have to set that one up a little bit more. There's res.json, which we'll be getting a little bit more into, which is going to just send data, because usually you're requesting, there's a couple different versions, but basically usually you're requesting data from the website and using it in your app. You're not loading your app from here as often, because basically what requesting data is you just made an API that's sending the data to somebody, right? It just lets them kind of be able to request it. There's usually some security with it. Like if you go to Facebook, so they're not just going to let anyone do it, and they have limits and stuff like that. But we are just doing a simple res.send. What should we do? Send sup world. Okay, so if I save this, and notice how it's on /test here, okay? I'm going to go to Chrome, and I'm going to, first things first, you always have to restart this server. That is why people like to install NodeMon. It's very nice, very easy. Okay, so it is running again. So I restarted it. Now I'm going to go to localhost 5000, and I'm going to refresh. And look, nothing happened. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong? /test, let's see if that works. Sup world. Okay, perfect. So basically, it's just about what route you want to send, or what route you want to respond to, right? Because I'm giving a response to this route. It all comes on top of the URL. So like usually it would be like your domain name, like if it's, I don't know, GoTaddy.com/registrar, then it'll be /registrar is the one that this would be a /registrar here. So let's just do one on slash here, and then it's the exact same thing here. Request response, okay? So let's do res.send, should I do that? Yeah. No, we'll do res.json, just so you can see the difference here. JSON is just how, a very common way of sending data, okay? So we're gonna go hello, it's an object, so basically you're making an object here. And then the second one's gonna be in strings. Let's go here, hello, Devin. I don't want to say hello world, too generic. Okay, so if you go to localhost 5000, oh, I almost forgot one thing again. Gotta go Control-C and now press up to get that same command. Now it is running. So if I go localhost 5000 test, I get sup world. If I go localhost 5000, hello Devin. Notice how this gets put in quotes. That's important because JSON, everything is surrounded in quotes, okay? Basically what it is just giant objects. Like I could go and put like a huge long thing in here if I wanted, but I don't really want to do that right now. You know what? I'm gonna do a little bonus here. Let's install NodeMon. Okay, so let's go. This will help you guys out a lot. npm i -d node mon. So that's going to put it in dev dependencies, okay? Whoa, that's doing a lot. All right, so let's try this. Basically what we can do is instead of node, we can go node mon server.js. So node mon is just another way of kind of calling the exact same thing as node. It just calls it all the time. Okay. Node mon.js. So basically what we just did is it's going to watch our files now, and every time I save one of these files, it's going to restart the server, so I don't have to keep doing that. Just a little bonus at the end here. Yeah, just for you guys. So I would, if you're going to do this, I'd recommend adding it. Let's see. Oops. App.get. Let's make another really quick route. Test2. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll go request response. Is there any other fun res ones? Not really. We'll just send that, I guess. It's nice and easy. Node mon, question mark. Okay. So now let's pull up his terminal while I refresh it. Put it in the corner here so you can see, and can't really see it too well, but basically, look, it just restarted on its own. So then if we go to this and we go /test2, it works. Okay, so that's just a little extra for you guys. It's just something really handy, and it'll be good like starting out with that, because that took me a while till I figured that out. Oh yeah, and Control-C to get out of it, just like always. All right, this is about it for our first tutorial, trying to make it nice and short, right to the point. Comment and the next thing you want me to do. I'm going to continue doing this. Basically, we are going to make it so we can do a post and delete and update and all that good stuff. We're basically going to make it into a to-do list backend here, okay? And then we're going to get building that front end. Then there's lots of steps to it. This can go on forever if you guys really want it to. All right, happy hacking, as React says, and later.